So in the land there will be always moisture is there. So whenever an opportunity, you remove the chappals and go and revolve around this. You can feel that how the soil of that particular area and the outside area of the sun. So it shows that much of coolness will be there. So that type of an ecosystem will help in the land ecosystem maintenance, and fertility of the land will be maintained a lot because of the water analysis. So this is the root, and then you see the stuff like that, like we have seen now. There will be so many spaces is there in between this. So these stems can accommodate so many other lives also. Maybe reptiles will be there, ants will be there, small other creatures like lizards will be there. All these are coming and residing. Why it is so residing in this plant? Only not because of this space. Because if you see the canopy, there are plenty of other things is there, their fruits are there. So is it a real fruit? It is not a real fruit. It is a receptacle with the inside there will be flowers. So this is one of the plant which is having the flowers not exposing to the sunlight. So only little plants are having this. So it's not exposing. That's why our acharyas are told that anta pushpa phala. The flower will be occurring inside and the small fruits also inside. So on that time itself, they know that these are the having certain character features which where the flowers are not exposing to the sunlight and it will be there inside, and that led to the fruit. So you know that there will be these types of this. So you are all knowing these fruits. What is the specialty of this fruit? It will be having like this, and a small openings will be there. Inside there will be male and female. This will be there. So the pollination has to take place now. So for this, what will happen? A specific type of female wasp has to come. That wasp has to probe its organs inside, or it has to go inside, and then they will do the pollination. And after pollination, what they will do? They will lay their eggs inside, and these eggs will hatch out, and they will eat these when the fruit will be mature. This, and then the next life cycle will come. So each ficus has having each type of these types of wasp, and it is associated with numerous other small creatures also. Ants will come because it will secrete a small types of exudations that will helps to attract the ants also. Like that, numerous insects will be there. Then automatically what will happen? There will be so many other predators also will come. That's why lizards will be there. So for catching that, there may be a snakes will coming and all that. Like that, there will be a complexity of things will be there, and it will maintaining a big area, vast area. You can see that how the canopy will be, branching pattern will be. And then you look into the canopy. Canopy is very big, and each leaves is having a big surface area, and all are exposing to the sunlight, just like a solar panels. So if that is there, then what will happen? There are so much of light will fall down, so much of water processing will be taking place, and then so much of air exchanges will take place. So different types of airs will be going on. So oxygen we will get, and carbon dioxide, like that you all study. So such type of a transformation is there. That is very essential for the good air to that particular area. And another important thing is, usually we are seeing these plants in the more open area where there will be a strong winds will be there. So if such a type of strong wind is there, then that will be having so much of dust. So because of these surface areas more, these dust will be prevented. Unwanted these types of dust will not go to the other place. So we can prevent these types of dust in the air, and can be retained on that particular area, so that the air also get a purification. So this shows that this plant can promote a lot to the air and the surrounding temperature variations like that. Then another is the fruits. When like that what we are discussing now, these types of fruits is one or two, not occurring in one or two. Thousands of fruits will be there. In any ficus, when it is fruiting, it will be thousands of fruits will be there. So eating these fruits, who will come? The birds will come. Numerous types of birds will come. There are more than 20 birds, species of birds are identified in this plant, each ficuses, because that much of nutritive thing is this. So when the birds are coming, what they will bring? The birds are coming from so many other places. So they are bringing so many other seeds from the different places, and then they will disperse this. So such type of trees are called as keystone species by the scientists. So these keystone species are able to create a forest. So are able to create a forest in that. So if you want to create a forest or an ecosystem, that the most important plant first we have to look is this ficus. So these importance are noted by our RNS and its capacity to absorb some of the hydrocarbons as we told. Some of the ficus can able to absorb some of the heavy metals. Some of the new studies showing that excessive chromium that is occurring in the plant that can also be absorbed by this. So still more to come. The people will find that. So a one tree can provide so much of economic value to the land, air, and water. It is immeasurable, especially in the present day conditions like so much of pollutions and all these are happening, and we are looking for the plants that can remove all these things. So this plant is one of the, these plants are one of the important things. That's why it is considered to be such a big religious and all these things. So what the thing is happening here, the root is and the surroundings will providing a lot of life promoting things, and this life is maintained by a big hollow structures of this, and above there will be so much of air things will be there. That's why we have a very important prayer or a sloga, that is Mulado Brahmarubaya, Madhyamo Vishnurubini, Agrado Shivarubaya, Vriksharajo Namostute. So Brahma is the life sustaining thing, that is the root, and this life is maintained by Vishnu, and the above things, the air is maintained by Shiva. So that big tree, the king of trees, we are saluting to that. So that much of value is there in such type of trees. So these are the four important trees that we can look for these purposes. That's why if you look into the Ardha Vriksha Ayurvedas or planning of the towns in our heritage books, or the planning of towns or another villages, the first thing what they will do means they will plant this. On the east there will be this, on the west there will be that plant, south there will be this plant, and north will be this plant. So like that these plantations will be there. So why it so means, according to the air movement, according to the sun's movement, these plants can influence a lot to the surface environment. And moreover, we are we are simply going to a ficus and doing like that. When we are going to a temple, what we will do? We will do a round circle. So now the people, those who are dealing with these types of physiological activity of human mind with the brain and all, they are telling that always humans are revolving in a circular form. Then both the hemisphere of the brain will have proper activities, so that the mind thought process will be in a balanced form, and we will get a very good calmness. So whatever the tensions will be there, then we will spend some time with these plants and revolving around this, it will be very good. So sometimes it is not possible to plant these things in our house. That's why we are planting a small tulasi here, and then we will revolve. That also an exercise. So if you are telling that this as an exercise you have to do like this, no one will do. But if you ask like that, a ritual is there, some of the time 2-3 round will be there, then also it will help to balance our things. At the same time, unknowingly, we are believing that something is there. With that we are revolving, our mind is having a very good concentration. Sattvanubandham, like that, a balance will be there. That will help to calm the things. So these are having so much of economical value, so much of environmental value. Same time, there will be an psychological influences also there. So that's why these trees considered to be the best thing. Then comes the nutritive values. So one of these fruits and these fruits, it's not that much edible to our human beings, but this fruit is very much edible to. So this is the ati. So this will be considered as one of the very good nutritive fruit, and especially in diabetic like conditions also we can use this. But one of the thing is it's very easily infested with the small these things. So before most ripening we have to utilize it. Then the medicinally we already yesterday also we have discussed. All the four things are very important for skin problems. Nalpamra, Panjakshidis, Panjavalkala, externally and internally we can use it. But this is having some more importance. So this part is there. This is called as vada. This vada.
Angura.
Angura. So this is one of the important thing that used for Garpa Janana and Garpa Sthabana. So when who is not having a pregnancy, infertility is there, and this is the thing that we are used to for 5 days or 7 days like that. So 5 or 7 these types of buds will be taken and it will be crushed and mixed with milk, and then that will be so after a period, so when that will be giving, then the conception will be caused. And if the conception is happened also, is to prevent vada praroha is one of the important thing in. So there will be two opinions there will coming. Some of the Vaidyas are telling that these types of roots end has to be taken. It's not like that. If you look into the Vriksha Ayurveda, yesterday we discussed Parashara's Vriksha Ayurveda, it is clearly mentioned that praroha means that of the plant, terminal end of the branch. So wherever there will be a Moola praroha, then we can go use this one. But there will be a comparative study has done. Some activity is there because both are producing leaf, but this will producing a life to downwards. So more Pratyap Tattva will be predominant. But here there will be. So if you want a very good hormonal related actions, all this is having a very hormonal action. This one. That's why another place where we are using this in Udava Srodhas. Udava Srodhas Vigara, where there will be Adidaha, excessive thirst. The treatment mentioned is with this. This has to be given along with the milk. There also the same thing will happen. So it shows that this plant, this terminal button is having a specific action on the uptattvas of our body. Watery secretions of the body, balancing of the body. And of course the leaves when it is ripened, that will be having a Varniya property. So we can prepare some creams or like that also. And when it is become too dry, you make it into an ash, burn it and make it into an ash. That ash will be mixed with a little bit of oil or ghee, and then will be a good for cracks, food cracks. So nowadays it is because of this Shishra, it is happening. This is one of the medicine of that. Even the milky exudate of that also used for these types of cracks like that things. So these are the most important, and see the things leaves like that. So here it is very broad and it will be going like that and very tough, and these things will be there. But here it is almost a cordate leaf with the apex is very acuminate like that. It's common now, everyone know about it. But this is the rare one and usually not seeing in our places. Ficus lacquer, this is a ithi. So it is having a small these moments, and the leaves is somewhat oval in shape. And it's not fast growing, very slow growing. But this is a Ficus racemosa. We can see again, it is also a mild, this roughness will be there, and having a red tinge on all the petioles. So this is the Nalpamara. One more added, that will be Panjakshir. Which one? Ashwatha, Udumbara, Plaksha, Parisha. Then one more is, sorry, Ashwatha, Vada, Ashwatha, Udumbara, Plaksha, Parisha. So Parisha if you include, then it will be Panjakshir. So usually Parisha, in the books it is mentioned as Thespepsia, means that will be not having a milky exudate. So it is not the real one. Parisha is Ficus lacquer. Sorry, Ficus arnotiana. That is the real. Because if you see the synonym, it says Ashwatho Anya, a plant which is similar to Ashwatha. Features. That will be the clear mentioning is there. So that is Ficus arnotiana. So milk, it's there. So that is the real one. Okay. The other one, Thespepsia. It's not the real one. So that has having a Pida Ashwatha. That is a Pida Pushpa Ashwatha. Like that synonym is there.
Cheelandi.
Cheelandi. Correct. So the real one is this Ficus. So like that, these are the 5 plants that we have to keep in mind when we are dealing with it. So many other plants also having an influence in these things. But this is the 4 important plants that.
Sir, that hairy substance called Jadan.
This. Jada. Jada is a synonym of root also, but the upper part we can, the roots which is above we can see in that.
If mentioned as a jada, we can take both.
Take that.
We can take both or
This will be the idea. This will be the idea. ഇത് നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റിൽറ്റ് അല്ലേ പില്ലർ റൂട്ട്സ് so just you touch all the leaves, you can able to identify the features of the difference, and the same time the shape and the back side also the venations. So here the venations you can see, no, it's very oppositely arranged venations here. This here opposite venations. Here it will be an alternative. But that will be very common, no? That there is more